Good afternoon, Chona.
Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Chona Embersosa from Bunlag, Mga Tarong, Pangasinan. I'm 27 years old
Okay, I have few questions for you to answer, so let's start. Why do you want to work as a maid?
because for my family future.
Okay, why you choose Malaysia when there's a lot of other country?
Malaysia is beautiful country.
Okay, how are you qualified for this job?
Hardworking and physical, mentally fit, no?
Okay, may I know what is your educational level?
High school graduate.
What is your recent experience?
Cleaning in the house and cooking.
Okay, so you already work as a domestic helper.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have you worked abroad before?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please tell me what place and how many years you worked for?
I from Doha, Qatar.
Okay, how many years?
5 years, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have experience of taking care of baby?
Yes, ma'am.
And whose baby you taking care of?
For my sister, baby, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have experience of taking care of an elderly people?
Yes, ma'am.
And whose elderly people you taking care of?
My employer before, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any other special skills?
Cooking and cleaning in the house.
Are you willing to learn new skills?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to work with a family where the mother-in-law or any relatives stay together?
Yes, ma'am.
Currently, are you still working now?
No, ma'am.
Do you know how to cook?
Yes, ma'am.
What sort of food can you cook?
Arabic food and Filipino food.
Okay. Are you aware that you will have to do washing, cleaning, ironing, and cooking?
Yes, ma'am.
From all the house chores, which do you like most?
Cooking, ma'am.
Okay. You are not allowed to use handphone during working hours.
Yes, ma'am.
You are only allowed to use your handphone after you finish all the works and when going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
You are strictly needed to surrender the handphone to your employer in the morning, and
Yes, ma'am.
your employer will return back to you once you're going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
If ever your employer finds out that you're abusing your handphone and it's affected your work performance, your employer
Yes,
will
ma'am.
confiscate your handphone and you are not allowed to hold it anymore. Instead, your employer
Yes,
will
ma'am.
allow you to call to your family 3 times in a month. You're only allowed to bring normal phone and you are not allowed to bring smartphone. Are you agreed for the terms and conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you agreed to the rules and regulation for the handphone?
Yes, ma'am.
How many years is the contract as you agreed and understand?
2 years, ma'am.
Okay, can you describe for me your ethics?
I am honest and hardworking.
Okay, how can you assure to us that you will work hard in Malaysia?
Mentally and physically.
I repeat. How can you assure to us that you will work hard in Malaysia?
I will my finish my contract, ma'am, to
O-
support my family future.
Okay, can you promise not to use the telephone without the permission of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to put on makeup but to dress properly while work?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to invite friends and relatives without the consent of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to ask for advance salary from your employer under any circumstances?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you really understand of the rules and regulation of the agency?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you pay any placement fee for you to come to Malaysia to work as a maid?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any history of sickness, example breast cancer or any other illness?
No, ma'am.
Do you suffer from any skin diseases, allergy or physical defect?
No, ma'am.
Have you suffered from any serious illness?
No, ma'am.
Have you undergone any operation?
No, ma'am.
Are you medically fit?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on any medication?
No, ma'am.
Are you allergic with any food?
No, ma'am.
Are you prepared to work for the employer of any race?
No, ma'am.
I repeat, are you prepared to work for the employer of any race?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you prepared to eat the type of food taken by your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you afraid of being left alone in the house?
Yes, ma'am.
I repeat, are you afraid of being left alone in the house?
No, ma'am.
Are you afraid of dogs or other pets?
No, ma'am.
Can you promise to work according to instruction from your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any immediate family working in Malaysia?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Chona, we have finished our question section. Let's go to case study. I have a case study for you and I want you to answer me truthfully. Okay? Okay, number
Yes,
one.
ma'am.
Okay, number one. Upon arrival in Malaysia within 6 months, if ever any of your family members passed away, what will you do? Will you continue to work till finish your contract or you will go back?
I finished my contract for my family future, ma'am.
Okay, number two. Tell us about yourself and why do you want to work in Malaysia as domestic helper?
I'm Chona M. Versosa from Bunlag, Mga Tarong, Pangasinan. I'm 27 years old.
Okay, why do you want to work in Malaysia as domestic helper?
I want to work Malaysia for my family future, ma'am.
Okay, Chona, what do you want to tell to your employer who watching your video right now?
Sir and ma'am, I will please choose me to work and I need this job for my family future.
Okay, thank you very much, Chona. We will update to your agency if there's any selection made by the employer.